Right, Mark, today I'm going to answer viewers' questions.
I like that. You've been getting some short game questions.
Short game ones, yeah. The Wizard, you know, and all. They all want to know. Stuff.
Yeah. So what we answering?
Chip or putt? Good one for you, this.
Yeah, like putt. Go on then, what makes a chip or putt? What are the rules in your mind?
So your skill set, how it's lying, and what's in front of you, like how much green you've got to play with and things like that.
So when you say skill set, where are we going with that little comment? That's not a dig at me, is it?
Everything is a dig at you when it's your game. So skill set is what ability you've got to maybe strike a more specialist wedge compared to something with a little less loft like a 7-iron, and then even to one of these. The dangers of things like the specialist wedge, which we see with you on occasions, and Rory, fins and fats, so not getting your low point in the right spot, whereas something that has a little less loft, you don't have to hit as hard, things like that, you're going to be striking it maybe more consistently, and then to a short stick like this where you generally will strike it even better. So what I mean by that, with something like the Specialist 58, your swing length is going to be going up to around sort of hip height, back down to its low point, and then up to its hip height again. So it's going up and down quite a lot. With something like your 7-iron, your swing's not going up as much, maybe around knee height now, down to its low point and through to knee height, and then your putter's staying pretty level throughout.
So basically the room for error is less, isn't it? If you've got a club going up, down and up, there's a certain point where it has to kiss the ball the ground, where if it's not really lifting off the ground much. So let's say that I got a question for you then within the question. If someone's got not a great skill set, but they have to chip, so it's this shot but they've got to go over something where I would want to putt, what could I do that might just help me in this situation?
If you have to chip, I would give you two options to go and practice. First one, I would suggest maybe putting your weight more on your left foot, twisting the club around its axis so you take a bit of loft off, and basically trying to keep that strike as clean as possible.
So you've basically almost tried to pluck that, haven't you?
Yes, so people would get a little scared of the leading edge that way.
Yeah, because you're taking bounce away.
I'm taking bounce off, yeah, but taking the loft off means you won't have to hit it maybe as hard, so it's that shorter swing.
But I need that slightly bigger swing, and I need it to go higher than that.
Let me go and get my ball.
And we've only got one ball, haven't we, because we've just got back from Spain.
Got back from a trip.
Got it?
Got it.
You don't lose them as much when you're chipping.
Not when I'm chipping, no. Option number 2, use the bounce more. So now we're going to twist the club around the axis the opposite way, so open it up and add that loft. Makes the bounce more present. Similar setup, weight still on your left. Ball position might be more towards the middle of your stance. Swing's going to be slightly longer. Don't be scared of that ground though, because that bounce is there to help you. So there I've caught it a little heavy.
I did like that because you definitely caught that one.
Here. Yeah. And that's where the other way, taking the bounce off and you swinging so long, you start to see those duffs and thins. Just be careful with what technique you want to do. Try both, see what works best.
So how would the lie affect this decision then?
So again, lie will have a massive influence on maybe your skill set as well. It links together really quite nicely. So something that's quite fluffy, set up well, you could probably use all three options. Something that's a bit bare, not much grass or a bit wet, I would probably be going more towards these two because they're easier to strike. The swing's not as long like we've talked about. So to answer the question, chip or putt, it's down to your skill set. It's down to the lie. Challenging yourself in certain situations as well, and practicing in certain situations too, putting yourself on that dodgy lie and trying with that specialist wedge to see what happens, and just build that confidence up a bit more because you need that armoury when you're out on the golf course. So if you have any more questions on any parts of the game, at Coach Lockey on Twitter and Instagram, and you can also hashtag AskCoach.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, why not,
Let's get answering their questions.
Answer more questions with Coach.